The HTML portion of a Java server page is often referred to as the template. It's the part that doesn't change during translation. It's just output directly to the final page. A JSP page also has what is called JSP elements, and that's the part that's taken to be Java code. There are different types of elements, and each one has its own identifying tag and name. There are two ways to write each one. Now, I'll be showing you examples of all of them as we go along through the lessons, but right now I just want to list them so you'll know what's available. There are three kinds of elements. You've seen one, the scripting element. The one known as a scriptlet is used to insert Java code statements. There is also a declaration element to insert Java declarations and an expression tag that allows the insertion of a single Java expression. A directive element can perform many tasks, including inserting import statements at the top of the Java code and including other files. An action element provides information to the execution phase, such as the setting of a property value. There are three types of scripting elements. The scriptlet you've already seen. It's the one that inserts Java code into the page, and it looks like this. There is another way to write this. This form is known as the JSP tag, but you can write exactly the same thing in an XML tag form like this. Now, these two are exactly alike. Although they are exactly alike and do exactly the same thing, you want to stick to either one style or the other within a page. Remember, every version of a container has its own version of the JSPC translator, and some of them get confused if you try to mix the styles of tags. The declaration tag is used when you want to put in code that's not inside that method. That is, the code is inside the class, but it's not inside the JSP service method like this scriptlet code. You can use it to make class-wide declarations like this. You can use the declaration to declare variables this way. You can also use it to insert methods and initializers, even nested classes. Anything that does not go inside a method can be defined this way, and it can also be written in XML format. These two are exactly the same. Now, there's one more scripting element. An expression is Java code that is executed, and the results from that execution is output into displayable HTML text. For example, if you have a method that returns a string that is the octal form of a number, you can put that string, the octal number, into the output with a statement like this. Written in the XML form, it looks like this. The code this generates is the call to an output method, and this method call is passed to it as an argument. That way, whatever this method call produces is inserted directly into the output web page. There are a number of directive elements. Most of them are page directives. For example, there is the page import directive. You can write an import statement this way, and it can also be written this way. Most of them require a bit more explanation, and I'll be showing you examples of them later. Right now, I'm just going to list them. The session directive can be set to true to cause the page to participate in a session where the user is recognized whenever he returns to the page. The isThreadSafe directive specifies that the code generated by the page is thread safe or that it's not thread safe. This is an arbitrary string that can be displayed by a management tool. It's sort of a special form of a comment. This one specifies the URL of a page that is to be displayed in case of some sort of error, and this one defines this page as being an error page. This specifies the form content of the page. Among other things, you can specify the character set or the type of JSP tags that are being used. This one can be used to specify the character encoding type. Probably the most common of the action elements is the include element. The include directive will insert contents of another file verbatim at the current location. This other file can be HTML or JSP that's inserted. Another common action element is the useBean. It loads a Java Bean object into the page. Many of the JSP examples in the rest of this course are for the purpose of demonstrating how the various elements are used alone and in combination, to construct applications.